Hello once again and again. I'm so excited that you're joining me today, and I'm so excited to be sharing this message with you today. This message that I'm going to share is for lightworkers, spiritually gifted entrepreneurs, people who are out there doing their thing in the world, creating change in the world, or desiring to be someone creating change in the world, and who hasn't yet started to make the impact and the income that they desire and that you deserve, obviously. So thank you for joining me again. I'm sorry I had a little bit of a false start just a few moments ago. I started to share I started to go live, and everything just went all weird for me. So here I am again. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for sharing and letting other people know that we're live and it might be something that they're interested in. What we're going to do is I'm actually going to share a message with you today that's been coming through all day. It started early this morning. Specifically for lightworkers, spiritual entrepreneurs, people who do spiritual work in the world, people who have a life-changing and world-changing message to share in the world. And perhaps you haven't yet fully stepped into it. Perhaps you haven't yet fully claimed your space in this arena. And so this message is for you. Bear with me. Just say hello. Let me know that you're there. I am just going to share it into my group, Mystery School for Women. If you're not a member yet, please be sure to become a member of the Mystery School for Women. It's where I share most of my messages and stories and information. And so if you haven't yet become a member of the Mystery School for Women, please do so. I'm just going to very quickly share this into that group and share it onto my timeline so everybody knows where we are. And I welcome you sharing it anywhere that you feel that might benefit from it as well. And tagging any friends that you think might like to join us. If you are catching this on the replay, please just fast forward a couple of minutes to miss all of the saying hello to my beautiful friends who are joining us and also getting things shared out. So if you're watching on the replay, just be sure to fast forward a few minutes until we get into the nitty-gritty of the call. Again, I'm just going to share it one more time onto my profile, my timeline, and just invite everyone to come and join us who wishes to come and join us. So I want to just say hello. Stephanie, Simone, Karen, hello darling. Ali, good to have you with me. Maria, of course. Hi, Maria. Ashelle, Sherry Lee, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for sharing earlier as well. So I hope I've got everyone. I'm sure there are others, but make sure you say hello. Let me know that you're here. The more energy we have coming in, the better, as I prepare to share this message with you. I'll just take a breath and relax into the moment. Thanks for the hearts. Love having the hearts coming through. Oh, look at that. My dove, they're not doves. My birds that sit outside my window sometimes have just joined us. Sarah, hello. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. Jody, hello. Angela, hello to you as well. Lois as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm just going to take my shoes off. I don't know why I'm wearing shoes in the house. I never do. And I'm just going to invite you to join me in this space that we're in right now. Thanks, Ellen, for sharing. And I'm just going to invite anybody who does have friends that might be interested in the message that I'm going to share. It's an empowering message, of course. How could it be anything but? To just share it out or to let your friends know that we're here live. I'm going to do some live Q&A in a little bit as well. Since we're here, we're going to do that as well. But first of all, we want to talk to those of you who are here to create change in the world. Of course, that's each and every one of you that are here with me. Those of you who have spiritual gifts, or even just simply what you might call intuitive abilities, which are spiritual gifts, of course. But anyone who is working to help other people to be more than they currently are, anyone that is working with the mission of changing the world in some way, I'd love to invite you to join us, because this message is specifically for you, and it's a timely message. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to take some water and then I'm going to share the message. For those of you who are new to me, my name's Anne Alex, and you can probably tell that because that's on the page somewhere. I am a transformational speaker and writer, and I work with mostly women spiritual type entrepreneurs who are ready to manifest their mission, make money and change the world. So that's why, of course, this message is coming through today for those of you who are change makers, for those of you who are here to change the world. So I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and just to bring all of your attention and focus into this moment right here, right now. Ignore the pings from your Facebook notifications, ignore your emails, close any other screens that you're currently looking at if you are, and just close your eyes. Allow yourself these few moments to receive whatever it is that you're here to receive, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't here to receive something. That's how our soul connections work. If you're in front of me here, it's because your soul has invited you and brought you to this moment so that you can receive whatever part of this message is for you. And I specifically say it like that because it might not be the whole message that's for you. Just trust your own intuition. Trust that you'll know which bit's for you, if not all of it. And trust that you will receive exactly what you need to from this interaction, from this moment in time, from this, shall I say, soul connection that we're about to have. And so the message that I really want to share with you today, the message that's been coming through to be shared, it's not a message that's new in any way, shape or form. However, it's a message that you need to hear right now, today, in this moment, or in whatever moment you might be sitting and watching the replay. And that message is this. This message is indeed for those of you who are here and who know that you're here to change the world. You can feel it within every fibre of your being. You have a purpose to play. You have a mission to follow. You have a path laid out before you that will create change in the world, that will create change in the people around you, that will create, first of all, change in yourself. And so we acknowledge that, we're acknowledging that, we're saying to you, we know who you are, we see you, I see you, I see you. And now we're going to take the message a step further. You see, you are right now standing on the leading edge. You are standing on the leading edge. You are on the leading edge. And we're offering you now an invitation to take the jump. You see, it's nice and safe on the leading edge. It's exactly where you've been comfortable for a little while now, some of you longer than others. And you believe that the leading edge is where you need to be. You believe that the leading edge is the leading edge, and that your place in this world change is to stand on the leading edge and to pull others, to call others towards the leading edge with you. And yet we want to say to you that it's time to say goodbye to the leading edge. It's time to recognise that you've been standing on the leading edge of new creation, and that new creation cannot be brought through while you're standing on the leading edge. It requires of you a leap of faith, so to speak. It requires from you a jump, a letting go, a simply falling into what is over the leading edge. And what is over the leading edge? What is over the leading edge? Well, what's over the leading edge is, first of all, leaving behind the shadow work, leaving behind the surface level work that you've been doing for a long time now, recognizing as you leap that you've done that level of work and it's time now to fall into an even deeper level of work, a darkness, so to speak. We use that word lightly, of course, because so many of you believe that to be a light worker is to be in the light. And true, absolutely true. But we're now asking you to jump off the leading light edge into the darkness, because the world is in darkness right now and it needs you in your darkness as well, in order to see the darkness so that you might heal the darkness, so that you might then allow greater light to pour through from the Creator himself, which is of course you. Breathe and relax. Just allow yourself to feel what you need to feel in this moment. We are, of course, urging you to stop standing on the leading edge. Stop standing within your comfort zone. Stop standing on the leading edge. That so many of your teachers talk about, this leading edge where all of it is happening. And we wish to say, yes, all of it's happening there, because not one of you, well, of course one or two of you have, but not enough of you have said, enough being on the leading edge, I'm ready to jump off into the dark abyss, into where true light is created from. Up here, I'm just regurgitating, standing on the leading edge, regurgitating the light and the information that we're already aware of. Time to jump and bring through something, pull through something that's never been experienced before, that's never been spoken of before, that's never been known before, because you are in a time of evolution where you are stepping into yourself as you have never known yourself to be before. And the way to do that is to jump off the leading edge, wave goodbye to those who wish to stay there safe and secure, and regurgitating and doing the same as has always been done, talking about the same old things that have been talked about for centuries, generations, since before time. Jump off the leading edge and the light and into the dark, and be rebirthed in a new lightness, in the likeness of God self. It is time now. For those of you, my darling friends, who have been with me for a long time, you might have noticed that I haven't really brought through these deep channeled messages for quite a few months now, because I've been standing on the leading edge, believing that I was doing the right thing, standing on the leading edge, and calling others to come to the leading edge with me. But for the past 7 months now, I've been experiencing and being taken through a new leading edge, if I want to call it that, which I don't. I absolutely do not. A journey, so to speak, into the dark. A journey that took me beyond my shadows. In fact, so far beyond my shadows that my shadows don't exist anymore. Into all of the darkness within me, in order to heal that darkness within me, so that I might be able to see that darkness within others and help them to move away from that darkness. The thing is that the newest light, the lightest light, the light of God's self, the light of recognizing yourself as who you truly are, emerges from the dark. It emerges from the dark. It's created from the dark. It's not the other way around. We think that the light is there because the dark is there because there's no light. But in fact, the light is there because there is dark. And so that's why I haven't done a lot of channeled messages lately. and I haven't shared a lot of information because I've been taking that journey myself over the last 7 months, really getting to know myself as who I really am. And, I've been talking for years about who we really are, and yet I hadn't embodied it, I hadn't lived it, I hadn't experienced it for myself. I now have, and I want to share it with you. And I want to, of course, continue to encourage you to be yourself. Yeah, brilliant, Anna. Of course, that makes total sense. Many of us going through that. Absolutely. But look, we're going through this part of evolution where we're becoming new human beings, if you want to. I mean, all these words are just superfluous. If I could just transfer the information to you, I would, without words, because words just weaken it. But essentially, we are stepping into becoming our God self. I said something the other day which I thought was really powerful. You are the physical manifestation of God. You create worlds. When are you going to start acting like it? Well, now's the time. This is an invitation for you to start acting as though you truly get that you are God. You create worlds. You create your own reality. We've been talking about it for years, but does anybody really step into it? So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and I'd love to open up for any questions that you have. Of course, the reason that I want to speak to my Lightworker friends, to my dark worker friends, to people who are spiritually gifted, to people who are like coaches that are intuitive coaches, people who are using these abilities out there in the world today, I want to speak to you specifically because you're the ones who can create enormous change in the world. You are the ones who can truly lead this change that we're going through in the world. But you cannot do it from where you're currently standing, on the leading edge, but also from a place of not having enough money to live your life the way you desire and you deserve to. So therefore you're not creating the impact and, the income that you desire. Any place within you that is not fully in love with itself, that does not fully know itself as the creator of reality, needs to be sorted now, okay? It needs to be healed now. It needs to be fixed now. Find your healers, find your fixers, find the people who can help you. And of course, I am always here to help you with your emotional healing work, but also your business work, because as we step into this, we're not going to bring with us the way that business works in the light. We have to be willing to close our eyes and do business in the dark. In other words, to create it, to create our lives and our businesses without any of the rules, without any of the shoulds, without any of the this is how it's always been done. In other words, specifically with business, without the funnels necessarily, without the strategies, without following someone else's rules. This is about closing your eyes, leaping off the leading edge into whatever it's going to be and creating it for yourself to suit you as you take this journey. And so that's what I'm a really good guide for, obviously. If you want to know more about how you might work with me or be guided through this dark journey with me, I would absolutely love to talk to you. So just let me know in the comments if you want to talk to me about that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go to the questions because I can see that we have a couple of questions. So just let me, it's really hard to try and figure out all these bits and pieces, Sarah. Okay, so Anna, okay, great. The same info and journey over here, of course. Lydia's saying, yes, darkness absorbs more light. Lovely. Sarah, wow, thank you. I know now why I had to watch this, as you are the third sign I've received to tell me to go into the dark in order to come out stronger into the light. Sarah, that sign you've been waiting for, you've had it 3 times. Start taking action. I'd love to talk to you about how I can help you through that if you are interested in having some help with that. Leader, I just acknowledge this. I create my own world. Absolutely you do. That's right. Start acting like it. Darlene, whatever the nice thing is that you need to happen, decide what it is and start creating it. You are the physical manifestation of God. You're not an aspect of God. You're the physical manifestation of God. You've created worlds. Start creating this one for yourself. All right? Karen, I know there is so much more I am here to do, yet I feel so lost for months now. Yeah, Karen, it sounds to me like you've been starting already taking this journey, but you don't know where to put your feet. You don't know what it is that you are... you don't know how to let go of the light in order to be in the dark fully and to figure it out for yourself. We're all so bloody used to being schooled. We're so used to having rules to follow and strategies to follow, but these things can't come with us into this. We have to create anew. God creates worlds. He doesn't create worlds that then he replicates that world into another and replicates the world into another and replicates the world into it. Please excuse me that I say he. It's a force of habit. When I say God, I'm speaking about you, of course. So, fantastic. Okay. So, Karen, I would suggest the best thing for you to do at this point would be to comment below. Let me know, and I'll send you a link to book in for a call with me to have a conversation about what to do next. Okay. I just saw Sally, haha, rules and strategy. Yeah, absolutely. They don't work for us, do they? We all know this. We've all been to many coaches. We've all followed other people who are doing things a certain way. And we do it, but it doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for us, and it's never going to work for us. We're not here to create in the light. We're here to create in the dark. And that takes doing it your own way. Beautiful. Yes, which aspects of myself don't I love? That's a beautiful place to start, Jodie. It's absolutely the place to start. Now, again, if you're interested in learning how to do this journey with me, get on and set up a call with me, and I may well be able to spot where it is that you need to start with regards to which aspects of yourself you don't love. Sometimes it's so subtle. I don't even call it, I don't use expressions like self-hate or any of those sorts of things. I just call it unself-love because it can be incredibly subtle, particularly where we are right now. It's really subtle. It's such a subtle thing. Sometimes it's just simply assuming that something's wrong. Can be an act of unself-love. That's how subtle it is. Okay, Michelle, I feel like so much is percolating away, change is afoot, but no idea where, how I will end up. Again, Michelle, if you're looking for some guidance with that, organise to have a call with me and we'll talk about it. And I'll tell you about the 12-week program that I have just started percolating. It's just coming through. In fact, I've just taken 6 people through it. We're almost finished, but I'm building it anew I want to get another 10 people in there, doing this process, stepping into the dark, coming out in this whole new place where you literally create and change worlds for yourself and for your clients who pay you well for it. Okay, so Michelle, that was for you. Anna, okay, yes, all this stuff is coming through me. We are all the physical manifestation of all that is. It's so easy when we tune into this and accept it. It is, Anna. That's the thing. But it's so hard for so many of us to accept it because we don't, we think less of ourselves than we should be thinking. Liz, hi. Liz, it feels to me like, so Liz has just said, why do I let my ego affect me moving forward? Well, it's a habit, isn't it? Again, you know, I said a moment ago, we get schooled in how we're supposed to behave, what we're supposed to do. Really, this stepping off the leading edge and just letting yourself fall down into the dark, where you can figure all this stuff out, by the way. But when you're in that dark, you can see the ego, you can see what's really going on, you can see, and I can see right now that, Liz, for you, it's so strong within you, this desire to not be seen to be in ego, that you are stopping yourself from actually doing the thing that you came here to do. I'm familiar with that because that's been a big fear of mine over the years. That I discovered in the dark, of course, that, what we often do when we come into the dark, when we start to move into the dark, we can see that some of the things that we thought were our shadows are actually our genius. It's actually our giftedness. So your ego is, you're having this struggle with this ego thing because of the way you've been trained to believe the ego to be, and because you have fear around just simply being who you are and admitting who you are to the world, because that's the scary thing, isn't it? Okay. Yes, Anna, we're not here to be someone else's manifestation. I love that. That is so, so, so true. Karen, I will be in touch, okay? Hi, Lucia. Hello, Rose. Hi, Jean-Marc. Lida is saying, I've restarted the healing journey fast track, made immense progress with inner child work. Fantastic. Brilliant. Inner child work is great. That's fabulous. Really good. So, hi, Sherry Roberts from Arizona. Hello, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Lisa. Leaders saying, saw a billboard sign earlier that said it's time to stand out. It's way past time. It's time. Lucia, hello, darling. So lovely to see you. Is there any insights to support my growth of my business? Lucia, support your growth of your business. Support the growth of your business. Yes. Interestingly, it's not different than the message we've been sharing. You joined us a little bit late, so please watch the replay. But essentially, the message that's pouring through, not just me, but everybody, and also through you, otherwise you wouldn't be here, is that it's time, it's really, really time right now to just let go of everything you've experienced in the past, everything you've learnt in the past about how you should do business. Now you get to truly step into the creator role and create it from your own imagination, which is, by the way, your psychic ability to see the future. Your imagination and your psychic ability are often one and the same thing. As you step into the dark, it gets, of course, your third eye loves to see in the dark. And you can see even more and more and more how to create the way for you to do business that is truly unique to you, different than anyone else. And this is what we need you to do, okay? Oh, thanks, Liz. I don't know what I was spot on about, but thank you for that confirmation. Anna's saying, so perfect. Words cannot describe how perfect this is. Anna, that makes perfect sense to me, of course. Well, Lady Amy, where do I begin creating my abundance? Well, you begin by asking that question. It's a fabulous question. Here's the thing. Now you need to trust that the answer will be received by you. You need to trust. You need to trust that the inspiration, the ideas that you get in answer to that question are the things for you to do, to start taking action on, to start doing, to start going, to start being. You've got to start trusting. Now, I'm not suggesting that you trust something outside of yourself. It is all you. It's all you. You've got to start trusting yourself. Self-trust is one of the I have just recently started writing about the triad of self-actualization, and one of those points is, of course, self-trust. Self-trust, self-responsibility, self-love, they are everything. Everything right now. So get working on those. Fabulous, Liz. Okay, Liz is just saying, thank you, I will work on it. Spot on. Fantastic. Hello, Maya. Hi, Lisa. My voice is starting to go now. I've been talking too much. Anna, the dark has so many beautiful shades and subtleties that are just not seen in the bright, bright light. Truth. Absolute truth. And you know, the one thing that I love more than anything else about stepping off the light working leading edge, the light leading edge, stepping off it and just allowing yourself to fall into this darkness where you can see how you've been trying to heal what you have been told by others or what you believe are shadows. You can start to see how in actual fact you've been trying to heal away your genius. The thing that you're here to bring to the world is hidden within what you previously thought were shadows. I'm not saying all of them. Don't go and say, oh, all my shadows are my gift. No, no, no. But once you're in the dark, once you bring yourself into this journey and take this journey and step into this true new human that you're becoming, it's written that you are becoming this. You can go easy or you can fight against it if you want to. I probably did for a long time, but having gone now through it, I would not recommend that you fight it because you're wasting time, you're wasting years of your life. So yeah, you know, just be aware that you can be in the light, in light, you can be looking and seeing shadows where shadows don't exist anymore, where they're actually something that's your gift. I always looked at my laziness and my selfishness as shadows that had to be healed, things that I had to fix about myself. But once I've gone through this dark journey, I recognize that my absolute knowing that I've had my entire life, that life is easy, which translated to being lazy, that's actually my gift, that knowing, that absolute grounded knowing that life is supposed to be easy. I've always treated it as a bad thing because from the light side, it looks like laziness, doesn't it? When you sit and expect things to come to you, my God, that's how we create things. This is how life and universes and everything is created. We don't go out and make them happen. We invite them to happen. We bring them through from the darkest dark into the light. And so that's what all this is about. I love Anna that you're excited about this as I am. So let me just read what you're saying. Yeah, we keep being told there is something wrong with the dark and therefore something wrong with us. But if we explore and see the magic that comes through it, we'd realise there's nothing wrong with us at all. These pathologies are actual pieces of magic. Absolutely, absolutely. But Anna, you know, I'm sure you'd agree with me that it makes it easier when you have someone like yourself or me to guide you through the dark, to spot these things, because I've been using this expression a lot lately. I've been saying it's like the world is like this right now, and through this journey and out at the end of this journey, the whole world is flipped around. Everything you thought you knew is not true. Everything you thought you knew was not true. You know, so much amazing stuff. Hi, Shelley. So thank you for your comments, everyone. If anyone has any last questions, I'm not sure if there's any other questions. Thanks, Anna. If anyone has any other questions, oh, I've lost, there we are, got you again. If anyone has any last questions, just let me know. Just so you know, the reason that I'm doing this is to start changing paradigms. To start, you know, my job is to reach into the dark, so to speak, reach into the dark and pull pull that little loose bit into the light. In other words, to start talking about the things that I know about the dark, and that I know about you and who you truly are, who we all truly are, to start bringing that through so that you can take hold of it and start, twining it around your life. Start pondering on whether it's true for you, on how it could be true, on how you might start creating from that place yourself. So that's what I'm doing here. This is why I want to have these conversations. This is why I love, of course, talking to everyone that I talk to, those of you who are kind enough to come and listen to me. And also, of course, there is a secondary reason. I've been through this journey the past 7 months, if not more, and my job now is to guide you through them. Much like in the psychology kind of stories of the dark night of the soul. This is almost like the light night of the soul, so to speak. That doesn't even make any sense, but that's what wanted to be said. Basically, the hero's journey is what I'm trying to say. The hero's journey, where the hero has an experience and goes out of the village and explores the world and has adventures, and then comes back to the village bringing those experiences and things with them in order to help the rest of the village. That's what I'm here to do, but in the dark. So, and look, I'm not the only one, there are many, but I indeed would love to serve you by taking you through that journey when you're ready. And I'm telling you right now, you're ready right now. Right now you are ready. This message has come through so strongly today. In fact, over, I think, the past 3 or 4 days, it's just been coming over and over and over and over and over again. It's time. It's time that those of you who can serve the planet, that those of you who have spiritual gifts, that those of you who deserve more than anybody else to be in positions where you are creating impact and income, that you start doing it. It's time now to do that, and so I'm here to serve you in any way that you need. Shelley, body love, how do you get there after hating yourself for so long? I'm tired, I want to love me. You know what, Shelley, I want to actually say this is the most beautiful place for you to start. And I want to say that because it feels like energetically that you've kind of gone, oh, I give up. And see, when you hit that spot, that's when you can start changing. That's when you can start changing, when you've given up, when you think you've done everything you can, and you just sigh and relax and go, I give up. So from here, just allow yourself to start receiving. Now, what I mean by that, Shelley, is be very aware of ideas that come to you, of people that stand in front of you, of offers that are made to you. You know, one thing that I do know is that whenever you ask for help, whenever, I did the whole Eat, Pray, Love thing many years ago. I was down on my knees on the bathroom floor, crying and hitting the floor saying, God, please help me. And we all do this at some point, don't we? And in that moment, God answers you, or the universe answers you, or whatever. The angels answer you, whoever you're talking to answers you, because you deserve that. It's just a fact. It's a fact that when you call out for help, you get answered immediately. And it's usually a yes, please, let me help you. Let me give you what you need. And then, more often than not, we reject. We reject the thing that's given to us as the answer. We reject it because we hear something and we think, no, that can't be true. Or did I really hear that? Or is that just me making it up? Or someone will present in front of us who says, you know, I've got the most amazing program, and we'll shrink back into our ego self and say, oh, but I can't afford it. Or, oh, but no, that's not for me. This is the answer you've been waiting for. It's the answer you asked for. Whenever you ask for help with anything in life, know that the answer will be there for you. And so, Shelley, listen for the answer. Trust when you hear the answer. Whether you think it's coming through you or whether it's come from somewhere else, trust the answer that you're going to get if you haven't already got it. And either take the action that you're hearing to take, or find the person that you've heard to work with, or say yes to the person who's got the thing that you need, okay? Because every single time you ask for help, it is given. Every single time. More often than not, we reject it. So stop rejecting the answer. I hope that helps. Big hugs too. Oh, Ellen, we're all cozy in our sleeping bags in the dark, but if we open our eyes, we will see daybreak. I love that, Ellen. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. I hope it helps. I've energetically sent you some stuff as well, so you can more easily recognize when that answer comes to you, okay? Much love to you. I think I'm done, if anybody has any questions. And of course I see that many people have just joined us, so you've missed the main message. Essentially saying that it's time for you to really step out to start making the impact and the income that you desire and you deserve. You who is a spiritually guided, gifted being who's here to heal the world, to do something in the world, this mission that you've got, this calling that's inside you, you more than anybody deserve to have everything that you desire in order to easily do that. And it's time we stop holding ourselves away from that, holding ourselves back from that. We're going to change the world. Unfortunately, we need resources in order to do that. And so we've got to stop rejecting those resources, and we've got to stop allowing everyone else to have them, but not us. We are the ones who can create this change, and we have to start doing it now, right now. Thank you, Shelley. I'm glad that you're feeling lifted from that. Beautiful. All right, I shall leave you to it. Pop your name in the comments or pop something in there to let me know that you're interested in having a chat with me about what's going on with you, about what I can see inside you, and about how I can help you through this new program that I've just I'm just gathering people to join us. So those of you who want to, there's only 10 spots. So excited about it. It is creating huge transformation in the clients that are currently going through it, and the next version of it will be even greater, because every single time I take people through this, it becomes more, it becomes more, it becomes more. So let me know if you want to hear a little bit about that and have a conversation with me about what's going on with you. And I guarantee what I tell you will not be anything you've ever heard from anyone else, because there's a lot of people out there who are doing a lot of great work in the world, but it's just not reaching the right levels for our next steps into the dark and then out into this brighter light of God's self. So I'm going to say it one more time, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to say this. You are the physical manifestation of all that is, the physical manifestation of God. You've created worlds. When are you going to start acting like it? Thank you.